Students generally come to an MBA program for a change in their life, whether it's exposure to a new industry or a new career path or a new skill set. And we've realized that diverse students deserve diverse leaders.
I flew helicopters and a couple other different jobs in the Marine Corps for 9 years. Then decided that I wanted to move on. Ended up down in Eugene for a job as a project manager, and then I just wasn't satisfied with my growth potential.
I'm a big runner and I'm a big endurance athlete. Prior to getting into the MBA program, I made sure that I crossed one last thing off of my list of goals, and that was actually completing a full Ironman. I pursued my MBA at Oregon specifically for the option to get a concentration in sports marketing.
Throughout my whole life, I've been pretty involved in my family's business. They do dairy products in town. There was some efficiencies, things that I thought could be done better. I didn't have the answers for those questions. I could just identify the problems.
You just learn about the University of Oregon and the love that everybody has for it. The food, the biking, the outdoors, and it's contagious. And I caught it and I was like, well, you know what, I want to go to Oregon.
One might think that the best way to help a student cultivate their skill set is to match them with an industry mentor where they would ideally end up. And what we found is that it's also sometimes a magical recipe.
I'm the CEO of a business called Kirk Concentrates, which is a food ingredient company in fruits and vegetables up in Salem.
But I think that our kind of bond goes deeper than just the business and the backgrounds that we have. I think that Andy's kind of grounded attitude and his community involvement has been great.
I've been in software and customer operations for the last 30 years. We both kind of stopped, paused, and said, really? Okay, sports marketing, software technology. But what we found through the conversations was we share a pretty common style and approach.
And it doesn't have to be the exact same path. It can be completely different. And then as I felt more comfortable sharing a lot of the things I had no idea about and was kicking around in my head, she became a really good sounding board.
Spent 4 years getting my undergrad in the business school in marketing, and then went on to get my master's, and then from there got a job in a sales career at IBM.
I was a little bit leery at first because he was in sales for his whole career, but hindsight being what it is, I think it's great. I think it couldn't have been any better.
These mentors have given an amazing amount of time and priority to these relationships.
The Marine Corps prepared me to do Marine Corps things very well, but I think there were gaps in my knowledge and my abilities.
I noticed with kids coming out of school, looking towards the real world, they don't always do a really good job of understanding what are they good at, what are their skill set, what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths.
Sometimes when we're on our journey in life, in our professional life, we don't always know what road we want to go down or what road we should avoid.
I've had a couple of opportunities that I've chosen to not pursue, specifically because we were talking about what that really meant for me in terms of what my goals were.
I always came in with the focus on sustainability. It was kind of a choice that I had to make of what industry to apply that to. It's kind of been a choice that Andy's helped greatly with, of jumping back in with my family's business in the food industry.
I was in a completely different direction, and then eventually through an introduction that John made, I discovered commercial banking and commercial lending.
Our mentors have reported that they've gotten just as much out of it as the students have.
I believe and hope that we'll have a lifetime relationship with somebody that I'll get to watch him thrive here in the local community and his family business, that it will grow, it will create jobs.
It's tough to talk, quantify it all in an interview.
I now find myself thinking about how would Kate react in this situation, whether I'm dealing with one of my team members or somebody else in my life.
This year is technically coming to an end of our mentorship program officially, but it's definitely not just the mentorship program.
The truth is, it's going to be a lifetime relationship. He knows, and I hope he knows, that he can always call me or contact me as a friend and mentor the rest of his life.